Hello, 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 and welcome to part one, two, three, part 6 of my amazing car building tutorial. Last time we saw the production of tires, windows, and engine, basically the whole car. Because when we left off, it was it was a pyramid. Okay, it wasn't really a car. So I saw this in the video and I thought that needs to just be raised up a bit. So, first off, this engine could do with a bit of a rocket cover. Additionally, when I watched over my video, I realized I think those are a bit too high. Maybe not, but figuring out how to do this. There you go. Now I'm tempted to add VTAC logos to that. Basically just touching it up a bit, just adding some useless crap. Don't even ask me what the hell that is. It's just there for the hell of it. Just add some subserve. No, not subserve. Expert. There we go. Cool. And now, so in this episode, what I wanted to do was make a grill for the engine. Let me just make that split to 42. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is my dilemma. It's fuck it, I don't care. Okay, so here is our engine bay, and we need some ventilation. So let's mirror this. So just delete that face, mirror it, and I say we can get some like badass ventilation going on up in this bitch. What's happening? Why is that? Why is it like... Why is it doing that? Okay, that's good enough. Hell yes. Why am I so worried about this thing looking serious? Have you seen this thing? Oh, that's why it was... Okay, sorry, I'm not talking. Concentrating. Yeah, so... It's fucking bullshit. Okay, perfect. cool. Grill time. So now we've got some ventilation up there. Actually, just for quality. Just kind of do that. Now, come over here, select faces, face select, and do that, and extrude inwards, delete that face, this box select, get rid of that face. By the way, most of the time I have no idea what I'm doing, so just don't mind me. And there we go. There we go. If we move this engine back as far as it can go, and just throw in a little radiator to just make it look a bit more realistic, which is fucking impossible, but this is the thinnest radiator and biggest in the entire world. Thinnest and widest, but that sounds like your dad. Part compliment, part insult. So lazy. Yep. It's not even the right place it's supposed to be, but I don't care. I do not care. And I'm only putting in one pipe, but now you can like see that thing. Maybe I should no, why would I do that? Anyways, because this is Mad VTAC, it needs a red rocker cover. You know, all VTACs have red rocker covers. Have red rocker covers. Everybody has them these days. Who doesn't have a red rocker cover these days? Look at that amazing beast. Okay, so now that we've done a grill, it is time for us to make some headlights. Some extremely simple boxy style headlights, which are gonna just have a fold in the middle like that. Gonna go on the edge. Can just delete that. This is super lazy. I could have probably actually implemented it into the actual body instead of just making it pop out like this, but you know, I'm lazy. And frankly, I don't give a shit. And just gotta do that. Just hit Control N. touching up here. And of course, Silverado style, gotta have two. Like that. I think it works a bit better with the long side on the front, like this, yeah. Just separate those. I'm gonna make this an emission, just because it is gonna give off light later on, as you can see there. And I'm just gonna duplicate it, rotate it 180 degrees, go slap it on the back. Of course, I'll just hit that and make these red. These are the brake lights. Make a bumper for this beast. Just, it's mirrored already, so there we go. And you know what? I might as well stick it on the front as well. I'm not talking much, am I? No, I'm not. Just put that on the front. You can do the same. And these can be like little fog lights on the bumper, you know what I mean? Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Well, that is that. We now have ventilated cooling. We have cooling things. We need to paint this thing. So firstly, we're gonna make this a separate color. This we need some rear windows actually. Control J, and when you join something with no material to something with a material, that thing gains that material. So yeah. This now is just gonna be pretty simple. This is just gonna be like plastic color. And the body, we need to make this color. So, what color can let's make it a glossy color. And we'll make it 0.01 or so. Beckman, yeah, and probably about that color. That's a cool color. And we're just gonna rename it by clicking here and just call it body. And we're then gonna assign body. That's something I'm gonna quickly do to all these materials. This is Windows. This just means that later on, if I'm looking for materials, I'll know exactly which does what. These will be headlights. You probably actually can't see. Headlights. tires. These will be tail lights. What materials aren't named yet? That red over there is engine dash red. Sweet. So now it is assigned a nice material, and just for rendering purposes I'm going to just add a plane underneath it. I'm going to resize it times 2 twice, that's basically times 4, and I'm going to just place it here like that. Good way to see if the tires are going through is just pop it under here underneath. You don't want it to be all the way underneath. You want a tiny bit of tire to stick through, because then it gives the impression that the tires got a bit of pressure on it. Weight from the car, of course. Now make it twice again and extrude like that, and then what you do is you take these corners, lift them up like so, hit T, just smooth them, and now you have a perfect seamless background that will give you shadows. I have a very slow computer, but see what I mean? It's terrible, I know. I'm sorry. But basically it means that you'll get the reflection on the bottom, the samples, the shadow, I guess you could call it, on the bottom, so it gives the illusion that you're on something, but additionally it creates a background, so there's no it doesn't look like it's just on a floating piece of concrete in the sky, because there's no actual sky that it transitions to. It stays the same texture all the way. You can do this and make it reflective or whatever the hell you want. Yeah, as you can see, nice little thing. You can see the emission texture. The emissions on the texture on that has worked nicely. You can also see over here the reflection. It's reflecting nicely. If you actually had like proper curves on this thing, you would actually notice that. You notice the difference. Go back to solid. Just going to add a pair of steps on the side. The beastly off-road truck that it is, it deserves some steps. Again, don't actually follow my tutorials, they are just for fun. I'm not very good at modeling. This isn't my only ability. I can actually model stuff properly, kind of, but this is just it's a bit of fun, you know. But don't actually copy this, because I've done so many things nobody should ever do when modeling. I used too many polys. If you actually are wanting to like model for a game, then this really isn't what you need to be doing. However, you know, just for a laugh, and just select those, extrude up and lower it down a bit, and we're gonna give it, assign it. You see, this is why you need to rename stuff. You see, we're gonna give it the plastic or platic texture. and that will share the same as the bed. And a nice little trick for the bed is this. Control D on the bottom, duplicate it, resize it. Now what you just got to do is lift it up a bit, extrude once, but don't actually move it, and resize to the side like that. Move it down all the way to the bottom of the bed, like so, and voila. And if you want to just make it look a tiny bit better, grab these ends. Could have done this at the beginning, but yeah, and there you go. And then you can do the same and literally just duplicate it for the trunk, tailgate, yeah, like that. They don't need to be this big, so you can just resize them like that. Same with these bottom ones. So just resize them and lower them, and there you go. Just add a bit of detail. Now that that's done, that's perfect. We're getting somewhere. It's making progress. I am just going to select these panels over here, as I actually want to make that roughness 0.1 and make it about a silvery color, so get rid of all the color, make it about a silver. Oh, and that will be like a metal kind of engine bay kind of texture-y thing. See what I mean? Bit short for time. It's getting quite long, but assign that to a fourth thing like that, so you can just switch between all this stuff quicker. Layers are nice. You just press the 1, 2, 3 key and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. And if you want these bottom ones, you press Alt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. And it just allows you to separate things. So I mean, for example, I want to show you the engine. Put the hood back on. Okay. Now, one thing is these don't have a material in it yet, so I'm just going to assign a blank one to them so they don't turn black from being in Africa, from having, because if they had no material, so they would have received the tire material. I'm just going to make some quick axles, like, see what I mean? They require this texture, this material. We don't need that, and just hitting 90. These don't need to be really amazingly centered, just so that they're not completely off center. See, that's perfectly fine. If this is a 4-wheel drive, then make that a bit bigger. And then just do it like that, you see? Like I said, this is really crude. This isn't how you're actually supposed to do this, of course. this is terrible, but who cares? Just to get around the axle, like so. Hey, perfect. Nice, I'm loving it. I say we can make these 1.2 times bigger. No, we're not. It's not happening. So there it is, part 6, complete. So to recap, we have made a grill, we have covered, we've done lights. Oh yes, and as you see here, there's too much sticking through, so just, this thing as we lowered it, we raised it a bit. We lowered the wheels and raised the body. And so we covered adding the step, beds, more materials, axles, lights, bumpers, the grill, the radiator, and rear windows. Next up, we will be adding little details, chrome details such as door handles, tailgate panels, maybe actually making some slightly better rims, and maybe some running gear for such as suspension and drive shafts, that kind of thing. This has been Marble, is my name, I guess. Part 6, part 7 should be, I don't know, sometime, not ever, but probably soon. I need a good outro.